Welcome Earth Angels to this new moon flow. So this is a little teaser of some of the practices that you might explore in my Moving with the Moon course, which is linked below, which is perfect for this current eclipse season that we are in presently. And even if we're not in the eclipse season, it is there to help you move through all the phases of the moon through journaling, meditation, and of course, yoga. So today's practice is going to be a short flow. We're going to be mainly floor-based with a little bit of a standing sequence to bring in that inward, relaxing and restorative energy that the new moon calls, while still keeping our foot kind of in that flow space. So we're going to start lying down. All you need is your mat, maybe a block, perhaps even a little cup of tea to join you, and I will see you there in just a second. So maybe you bring the heels to rest underneath the knees. Just allow your shoulders to soften down to the floor, and notice if it feels best for you to have the heart a little bit more lifted, maybe rounding of the spine or softening completely into the mat. Maybe that depends on kind of what sign this new moon that you're practicing with is in. So bringing your palms to rest to the sky, maybe closing down the eyes. Just bringing your awareness inwards, focusing your energy to how you're feeling today. Perhaps noticing those soft and gentle waves of the breath as the belly rises and falls. If it feels more aligned for you, you might even have one hand resting to heart, one to the belly. Really noticing those ripples of the breath as they come, as they go. Feeling that breath draw in through the nose. You might release a few of the breaths out through the mouth. And slowly starting to turn your head from side to side, almost like you're drawing a line with the tip of your nose. Making these movements as slow and as steady as you can. Perhaps even feeling that gentle connection through the back of your head. Maybe keeping this movement going, let your arms fall out to the side and start to bring your legs into that sway as well. So what does this movement look like for you today? Are you moving the legs a little bit faster than I am? Are you allowing them to soften as they land to left side or to right side? So taking those moments to pause in between. Or are they a little bit more elevated, kind of hovering in space? So as you feel into this sway, perhaps you start to notice the soft rising and falling across the soles of the feet. Noticing as the edges press into the earth, the other side lifting in that moment of grounding through center. And the same movement that is happening there with the spine. Following your own rhythm. This is your practice, so make it whatever you might like it to be today. See if you can choose the option to maybe do a little bit less and say new moon energy, drawing inwards, reflection, time to restore. And we're going to take our time to come back up to center from here. So as the knees point to the sky, softly press your heels into the earth and slowly start to ripple down through the soles of the feet, maybe letting the big toes land last. And then bringing your knees in towards the chest, give them a little hug and hold here. So you might move into a sway. You have an option here if you'd like to take it to lift your head, your shoulders from the floor, create a tight little ball shape. And then we're going to slowly let the head and the shoulders lower, bring your hands onto the thighs, slowly press the legs back to the earth. So we're going to walk our heels in. Perhaps you can brush your fingertips to the heels. They might not quite reach, that's absolutely fine, but let your arms rest down by the sides of the body, tucking the chin in. We're going to notice that little space underneath the spine, so I can bring my hands here. We're going to drop that space, so closing that gap, and then as we do, we feel this natural tilt of our pelvis lifting and rising. So follow that tilt as you come up into your bridge hold. And say, keeping the head in line, protecting the neck, and finding that soft pressure through the shoulders, your feet and your hands. Maybe following your exhale, start to lower the hips back to the floor. Beautiful, and finding that back and forth, inhaling to rise, and exhaling as you lower. We're going to bring the arms into this practice if you like. So as we inhale, we're going to start to lift the arms to the sky, let the fingertips travel all the way back behind you. And then when you're ready to catch your exhale, bring the arms all the way back to the earth beside you. So again, following your wave of breath, maybe you allow your inhale to last all the way to the end of this movement, and if you feel comfortable to, you can even pause the breath and the movement at the top, and then follow your exhale all the way back to the earth, and same there, maybe a little pause. So we're going to move one more time in this same way. In time with your breath, finding that gentle fluid energy, no need to rush, nowhere to be, just this soft space connecting mind, body and breath. So when we land here, we're going to gently begin to roll over onto one side, let your top hand find the earth, gently press and bring you all the way up through to seated. We're going to come all the way forward. So landing yourself in your tabletop position, stacking shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. Land here for a moment, feel that soft pressure, the connection down to the earth. And then whenever you feel ready, you might start to dip into your cat-cow movement. Again, super similar to your bridge flow. So connecting the breath as you flow back and forth. Of course, your practice, maybe you'd like to explore some little side-to-side movements here. You might bring some energy back and forth over the wrists. Find what feels good. Lovely. So from here, we're going to take a moment in our child's pose. Bring your knees as wide as the mat. Sink your bottoms of the heels, stretch the arms forward for a moment, maybe even begin to press the heel of your hands into the earth, let your fingertips rise, and notice that stretch then gently pulling downwards on the shoulders. We're going to lift our gaze forward, begin to snake the body along the floor, maybe your hands even connect into your prayer position as you come forward, and let your head drop between the arms, so surrendering that energy to the floor, to Mother Moon above us in her restful state. And then take your time, creating a little pillow for the head, so you might bring one hand on top of the other. You could rest your chin or rest your forehead. We're going to pick up our feet to the sky, really similar to that leg sway that we did in that windscreen wiper motion. We're going to let our feet from left to right. And again, see if you can do less. Can you slow the movement down by 10%, maybe even more? And then perhaps as you explore this, you notice that your legs don't actually want to move from side to side. They might even start to create some spirals, moving separately rather than together. Letting the bones become heavy and letting them guide you. So you might linger again more to one side than the other. Maybe you even bring awareness to the tops of the thighs here. A little massage that they're receiving through this flow. Nice. So slowly let your feet lower back to the mat. We're going to bring our fingertips out to the side, so just off of your mat. If this is too strong, bring your palms to the floor. But otherwise, roll the shoulders, start to lift through your chest. And I always like to think of this, or imagine this as like there's a little orb on my back, and I'm rolling it from one shoulder or even one elbow to the other. So I'm going to start leaning over to the left, almost if our right leg starts to straighten, right leg, right arm starts to straighten. And then follow that movement across the chest to the other side. And just taking this left to right in your own time. So if anything doesn't feel good for your body, then change it up. There's no obligation. And then as we move into this, as you come over to the right side, maybe your left leg lifts. And then follow into that sway, moving through the opposites. Really nice. Once more to the other side. And then let yourself land to the earth. Maybe for a moment turn your feet inwards, give the hips a little wiggle. And then let your hands come underneath the shoulders. We're going to press back, active child's pose, toes tucked. And then taking a moment through our downward facing dog. So we're not going to stay here too long. You might want to just pedal through the legs, take a nice big grounding breath, releasing through the mouth. And then let's come to step forward, forward fold. So we're coming into our little standing sequence. It's going to be nice and slow. So we're going to start with some waves and ripples through the body. So connect down through the feet. We want to keep grounded as possible. So rooting to rise, but almost imagine there's little weights on the fingertips. So you slowly, slowly, slowly bring yourself up, letting your head and your shoulders come up last. And there's little imaginary weights, so softly pulling the joints, creating space here. And when you come to rise, nice roll of the shoulders, and almost like you're losing that energy behind the back of your legs. Drop into a bend and come back into your fold. Melt it to the earth. And find that flow. Bring it all the way back up. And we're going to come down one more time. So feel that gentle kick out behind the legs. Follow the weight of the chest to the floor. And then drawing up almost from the back of the shoulders to rise here. Find that space to open up through the heart as you come to standing. We're going to find a little flow here. So keeping your feet about hip width distance apart. We're going to inhale, reach our arms up to the sky. As we exhale, we're going to come halfway. We're going to sweep our arms back behind us. Nice long line of energy. And then we're going to bend our knees, rise up into your chair pose just for a moment. And then when you're ready, exhale, palms press down, almost like a little bit of resistance here. We come back to standing. So let's do that 4 times. We're going to inhale to reach up, exhale to fold, inhale to chair pose, palms down to rise. Keep it going. Inhale to rise, exhale halfway, chair pose, and rise. 2 more times. Oh, my silly bum today. We're going to go one more time. Inhale, rise it up. Bring it back. Chair pose and grounding. Nice slow rise and release. So before we come back to the floor, a little moment to ground into our breath. Imagine there's a tray in front of you on the palms. We're going to inhale, bring that energy up towards the face, and then flip the palms, a little bit of resistance as you give that energy back to the earth. So if you feel comfortable too, you might close down the eyes here, follow your breath. And then as you start to ease into this gentle practice, you can firstly start to imagine that the breath that you're taking is rising from the soles of the feet, filling you all the way up to the crown of the head. Like water filling an empty space, and then exhale as you draw that breath back to the floor, its natural source. And then if you want to add another little element on top of that, you could imagine that as you flip the palms and you rise the breath, that you're filling up with light, and that light could be whatever colour you like it to be. So if you're not sure, maybe it's a soft white light, like the glow of a moon, even though it's in darkness. Or maybe something connecting to a particular chakra that you might be working with. So last time, let's press that energy back to the floor and come to a moment's stillness into Tadasana, mountain pose. Let those shoulders roll back, a little bend in the knees. You relax through the face, the jaw. Beautiful. As you bring yourself back into the space, maybe have a wiggle of the fingers. You can make that wiggle a little bit bigger if you want to. We're going to bring it all the way back to the earth. So like we're doing a little curtsy, we're going to bring our left knee back behind us. Start to lower it down, and we're going to come into a little twisted posture here. So we're going to keep our right leg lifted, our left leg back behind us. If you prefer, you can sweep your leg out in front of you. Our left arm is going to connect around that top knee, and then we're going to release our free hand back behind us. So staying up and lifted on those fingertips. Let your gaze follow back behind you. Feeling into that soft rise and fall of the breath, even in this twisted shape. As I'm filming this, we're currently in eclipse season, so no manifesting, but if you're practicing this at another time, maybe you even allow yourself to plant that seed of manifestation as you go. So this could be the perfect time to close down the eyes, repeat it to yourself, imagining that it is happening before you, in front of you, in the mind's eye. Let's say if you're practicing with me in real time, no manifesting during eclipse season. We're going to change this movement to the other side. So a little bit of brain work. We're going to bring our hands over to the left side. We're going to come to lift the hips, and then as we circle round, we should have our legs then in the opposite position. So this time our left leg is over the top. We're twisting over to the opposite side, staying nice and lifted and tall. Maybe if your breath is feeling a little bit compromised from your flow, you might let the exhale travel out through the mouth, follow that sigh. And then untangling as we come back to center, extend the legs out in front of you. You can keep a little bend in the knees if you like. We're going to inhale, come to reach the fingertips all the way up to the sky, and then exhale, your choice. You might catch the feet, or you could let the palms rest up to the sky, drape the shoulders either side of the legs. Moment to fold. Beautiful. And slowly rising back up. So we're going to come to end. Your choice. You could take Shavasana, or you could come to seated. Wherever you land, closing down the eyes. Coming back to that ebb and flow of your breath. Landing here, and landing here in a few moments of quiet and stillness, honouring this sacred time, the new moon cycle, drawing inwards, sitting with our shadows and giving back to ourselves. thank you so much for practicing with me today, Earth Angels. If you like this video, leave me a comment and a like below, maybe even subscribe for more videos. And just to remind you that my Moving with the Moon online portal is now open for you to explore through journaling, yoga and meditation through the 4 main phases of the lunar cycle. I would love to see you there. And if I don't see you there, I hope I see you here again very